Well, Rich, just over my shoulder, Colin Kaepernick is warming up with his teammates on the field, but a little bit later tonight, about 100 feet to my right on the sideline, he is expected to kneel once again and protest to what he says are social injustices to African Americans. And just more than a month ago when he started this, he sat alone. That is no longer the case.
Oh, say, can you see?
The lyrics of the national anthem rang out in Wyche Stadium for what, so we thought, was a meaningless preseason game. But what went mostly unnoticed at the time surely is anything but meaningless now.
It's to bring awareness and make people realize what's really going on in this country. There are a lot of things that are going on that are unjust, people aren't being held accountable for, and that's something that needs to change.
In the effort to stand for what he believed in, his action to sit was later lifted to taking a knee. As 5 weeks have passed, each day offering a new voice, a new form of support, another point of conflict.
You got to respect the flag. It's bigger than just you.
The reason these guys are kneeling, the reason we're locking arms is to bring people together, to make people aware that this is not right.
Colin Kaepernick's protest to evoke attention to social injustices has spurred reaction and action unlike any we've seen in recent decades. Here we are, in the midst of a social movement where a quarterback, once known for flexing his biceps to celebrate a touchdown, now sits as a backup and kneels for what he believes in.
When there's significant change, and I feel like that flag represents what it's supposed to represent, and this country is representing people the way that it's supposed to, I'll stand.
Kaepernick's gesture and voice have resonated unlike anything we've witnessed by or from an athlete in years.
This isn't something I'm going to ask other people to put their necks out for what I'm doing. If they agree with me and feel strongly about it, then by all means, I hope they stand with me.
With Kaepernick pushing down the first domino, we've seen potentially prudent dialogue broached between players and political officials in some markets, like Seattle.
This is called unity. Now we're going to push the needle.
As players, coaches, veterans, and politicians all have their opinion and are expressing it.
Mr. Kaepernick, he's exercising his constitutional right to make a statement. I think he cares about some real, legitimate issues that have to be talked about.
We, at some point, are pushed to look at a new household name. Not one who was once a Super Bowl starter with a revolutionary style of play, but instead at a backup on a struggling team with a revolutionary cause. All right, we've got to keep this real because we have seen that Kaepernick's action has been polarizing and unifying. I mean, he's somebody whose jersey is a top seller, but we have a poll that shows he's the most disliked player in the NFL. He's been social media fodder on the daily, but he's been on the cover of Time magazine. And when this game kicks off in a few hours, though, he's slated to be a bench warmer, and that's going to be one of the few times in recent weeks where he's merely been a footnote.